up, people? It's Wyatt from Team Full Critical here, and today I'm going to show you guys my computer build that I am personally going to be using for the next couple of years. Sorry, but yeah. So this computer was customly built by me and one other person. He's coming over to build it, and so yeah. So let's actually go to edit part list because I like it like this. So for our CPU, I went with the Intel Core i5 4690K. Now, I did start off, like, last year, I started off thinking, oh yeah, let's go AMD. Now, I thought that was not the right choice, and everybody's like, yeah, AMD has 8 cores, and it's running at 3.0 gigahertz, and yeah, it's good. Now, then I started adventuring off into doing my research on what CPUs I should get. And then I figured out that the Intel side of CPUs should actually be a lot better. Now, if you guys have not heard, but AMD, a single core of AMD, so one core of an AMD processor is weaker than a single core in a Intel processor. So basically, if this was a Intel Core i7, a quad-core processor, and i7s have hyper-threading, this would actually make it a 8-core processor. Now, yes, I wish I could afford an i7, but frankly, I do not have that type of money at the moment. But this build was supposed to come out to almost $800. Now, without that, the keyboard, mouse, and headphones, that's actually subtracting almost $200. So, around $800, $900. Now, I did go with the ASRock Fatality Z87 Killer ATX LGA 1150 motherboard. Now, for the price, this was a really killer motherboard. Everybody seems to really like it. It does not support SLI configurations with NVIDIA graphics cards, but it does support Crossfire with AMD GPUs. So, even though that I do like NVIDIA and AMD, I would frankly go with a NVIDIA graphics card. But since I want to go with AMD for this build, I wanted to get a AMD GPU, and I wanted to later, once I get more money, I would probably get Crossfire for this. But for our memory, we went with Kingston Fury Black Series 8 gigs of DDR3 memory running at 16 megahertz, I believe. But for $75, you can't beat this because it's 8 gigs, and all that you really need right now is 8 gigs. And running at 16 megahertz. A lot of people don't see big improvements in game-wise performance with faster memory. But people more say the more memory, the better. A lot of people say that is really disagreeable. So that's why we went with 8 gigs. Now this storage hard drive that I went with, we aren't going with like an SSD right now. Now that might be an option for you guys, but if you wanted to copy this build, I would go definitely with this. I would probably go with a different motherboard because I am going with a black and white, or not black and white, but black and red color scheme. I wanted to get a good looking red motherboard, so that's why. For our hard drive, we went with a Seagate 1 terabyte, running at 7200 RPM. For $60, you can't really beat this. I would rather get a Western Digital, but it's basically preference and opinion, or whatever you guys want. Our video card, we went with the Sapphire R9 290, 4 gig Tri-X video card. Now for $290, this is actually getting a little pushed up again. If we do go into right here and remove, I'll show you all of the GPUs right now. We're either going to go with a 280X or a 290. The 290 would be more preferable. I think I said that word right. Either we wanted to go, like I said, with NVIDIA, but we can't go SLI, so it wouldn't work as well. The Asus brands are known to be really, really good. Right now, the 280X is $229, and the R9 290 is $200. So, if we wanted to go with that one, which I actually might go, yeah, I've seen that a lot of people like the Asus brand R9 290s and the 280s and the 270s. The 270s were actually up like $250 at one point, and now they're getting super, super low because the 290s, I remember when they were like $400 or $500, which the 290 and the 290X were computers with the 780 and 780 Ti from NVIDIA. As you can see, the Asus R9 290 right here, for some odd reason it says it's $488, but the DirectCU is $290. So if we wanted to really, really get that, we would, because it would be the same price for the 290 for Sapphire. But we're probably going to go with the 290 because the 290 and the 290X are very, very similar cards. Now for our case, we actually went with a lower end priced case because we are just starting off on building. This is actually my first time building a computer, and we wanted something that had decent cooling and decent cable management and a decent room for everything to fit in. Now we went with the Corsair Spec02 ATX mid-tower case. A lot of my friends, Lego Spencer Man, Mr. Mud Weasel, and I think one more person, I don't know, but they did get either the Spec02 or Spec03. I'm not too sure on what the difference between the Spec02 and Spec03. I know that the difference between Spec01 and Spec02 is that the Spec02 has 2 fans, and it has a USB 3.0 header on top. For our power supply, we went with a 750 watt 80 plus bronze certified semi-modular ATX power supply. That is $89, and you really can't beat this. Cooler Master is pretty well known for cooling, power supplies, and those sort of things. We might change that up soon. So now our keyboard, our mouse, and headphones that we got, I am still waiting on getting the Razer Kraken 7.1 surround sound Chroma headset. But I also have the Logitech G710 Plus wired gaming keyboard. I got that for $80 at Best Buy. I got the Razer DeathAdder Chroma wired optical mouse for $69 at Walmart. I know I could have gotten it cheaper off of Amazon, but I was already at Walmart, and I kind of like getting my stuff right there and then because I'm a pretty impatient person. But again, with the Razer Kraken 7.1 surround sound channel headset, for around $95, you can't beat this because they are 7.1 surround sound, and I like having that really good feel of sound around my ears, and I did enjoy having a 7.1 surround sound headset from Sony, which I had the PlayStation. It was like the 7.1 surround sound Pulse Audio, something like that. I forget, but I didn't like those on the PlayStation. So thanks for watching. I will guess I will see you next time. So see ya.